Hey everyone! Have you ever found a penny on the ground and thought, it's just a penny? Well, today, I might just change the way you look at every single cent you ever come across. Because believe it or not, there's a 1995 Lincoln penny out there, no mint mark, that's worth a jaw-dropping $1.2 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny. A little copper coin that most people wouldn't even bother picking up, and the craziest part? You might have one sitting in your pocket, your piggy bank, or even that random junk drawer we all have at home. You know the one where loose change, old batteries, and about 15 mystery keys live rent-free. But before you go flipping over every penny you own, stick with me. In this video, we're diving deep into what makes this 1995 penny so valuable, how to check if you have one, and what you can do if you strike it rich. Plus, I'll share a hilarious story about the time I almost cashed in big on a rare coin only to make a rookie mistake that still haunts me to this day. Alright, so why is a 1995 penny, something that was literally worth just 1 cent, now valued at $1.2 million? It all comes down to errors and rarity. First off, the 1995 no mint mark penny comes from the Philadelphia Mint, which didn't include a mint mark. That part's normal. What's not normal is that some of these pennies were struck with a major doubling error, known as a double die obverse translation. The lettering on the front of the coin, especially in the words Liberty and In God We Trust, appears slightly doubled. This isn't damage from wear and tear, it's a legitimate minting error that collectors go absolutely bonkers for, and here's the kicker, not every 1995 penny has this doubling. That's what makes it rare. It's like finding a 4-leaf clover in a field of 3-leaf ones, except in this case, that clover could buy you a house. Grab a magnifying glass or do the classic squint and hope for the best method. If the words Liberty and In God We Trust look slightly doubled, you might be in business. Sometimes, the doubling isn't super obvious at first glance. A bright light can help reveal those tiny details. If you have another penny from the same year, compare them side by side. If yours looks like it's got a shadow effect on the letters, that's a good sign. If you think you've got a winner, don't just list it on eBay for $10 and call it a day. Take it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll verify if it's the real deal and give it an official grade. And now, let me tell you a quick story about how I almost had a major coin score, but totally messed it up. A few years ago, I was going through some old coins my grandpa gave me. He was one of those people who saved every bit of change like it was treasure. And sure enough, I found a 1995 penny with some weird doubling on the letters. I got so excited. I was already planning my dream vacation. But before I took it to get appraised, I made the ultimate rookie mistake. I cleaned it. Yep. Scrubbed it. Polished it. Big mistake. Turns out, coin collectors love the original, untouched look. That little cleaning spree? It dropped the value to almost nothing. Instead of a life-changing payout, I basically ended up with a shiny, worthless penny. So, here's the big takeaway, always check your change. That 1995 penny in your pocket could be worth more than a Lamborghini. You never know when you'll come across a rare coin that could change your life. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about hidden treasures in your pocket, hit that subscribe button. I post videos all about valuable coins, what to look for, and how to turn your spare change into serious cash. And hey, let me know in the comments, have you ever found a rare coin or made a big mistake like I did? I'd love to hear your stories. Hey, coin lovers! Have you ever found a random penny on the ground and thought, it's just a penny? Well, what if I told you that one tiny little coin, specifically a 1952 Lincoln penny, could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.3 million? Yeah, you heard that right. That's enough to buy a house, a dream car, and still have some left over for a lifetime supply of coffee. So before you toss that penny in a tip jar, stick around because today, we're diving into why this coin is so valuable, what makes it special, and how you can spot one in your own pocket change. But first, if you're new here, welcome to the channel where we talk about coins that could make you rich. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any hidden treasures in your loose change. Alright, let's get into it. Okay, first things first, why is a 1952 Lincoln penny even valuable? I mean, it's just a regular old penny, right? Well, not exactly. This little copper beauty was minted in San Francisco, hence the S mint mark, during a time when pennies were still made mostly of copper. Unlike today's pennies, which are mostly zinc with a thin copper coating, these had a solid copper composition, making them stand out. Now, the real kicker is that some of these pennies were struck with errors, low mintage numbers, or unique variations that collectors are willing to pay big money for. And when I say big money, I mean more than some people's annual salary on a single penny. That you're probably thinking, okay, but why this penny? What makes it so special? Great question. Let's break it down. Some of these pennies have misprints, double dies, or repunched mint marks. A rare error can easily skyrocket the price from a couple of bucks to 6 or even 7 figures. A penny straight out of 1952 that still looks brand new, meaning no scratches, dirt, or wear, can sell for an insane price at auctions. We're talking thousands or even millions of dollars for one in top-tier condition. The coin collecting world is wild. Some collectors will pay a fortune to get their hands on an ultra-rare version of this penny. Think of it like baseball cards, some are just worth more than others. Because these coins are scarce, the demand far outweighs the supply, which means, cha-ching. Prices go up, alright, so now you're probably itching to check your piggy bank, your couch cushions, or even that jar of pennies in your kitchen. But how do you know if you have a 1952 penny worth a fortune? Here's what to look for. A second, look for the S mint mark, it should be right under the year. Third, inspect it for errors. Is the lettering doubled? Is the mint mark repunched? If it's shiny, crisp, and barely touched, you might be sitting on a gold mine. Well, a copper mine. Alright, story time. So, a while back, I was helping my grandma clean out her old junk drawer, you know, the one where random batteries, rubber bands, and mystery keys go to die. As I was sorting through some old coins, I found a super shiny Lincoln penny. At first, I thought, cool, but it's just a penny, right? 1952s. My heart almost stopped. I grabbed my magnifying glass, yes, I have one, don't judge me, and noticed something weird, a double die error. Turns out that one random penny was worth thousands. Moral of the story? So, there you have it. A humble little 1952s Lincoln penny could be worth more than a Lamborghini if it has the right features. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone looking for an easy payday, it's always worth checking your pennies before spending them. Go through your old coins and see if you have a 1952s penny hiding somewhere. And if you do? Well, let's just say you might be making a trip to the bank very soon. Before you go, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more money-making coin tips. I've got tons of videos on valuable pennies, nickels, and other coins that could make you rich. Drop a comment below if you've ever found an old coin and let me know what the craziest coin you've ever discovered was. Hey, coin hunters! Have you ever found a penny on the ground and thought, just a penny? Well, what if I told you that one little Lincoln cent could be worth $1.40 million? Yeah, you heard that right. A single 1997 Lincoln penny might just make you a millionaire. Imagine buying a soda with a penny and getting back a yacht in change. Sounds crazy, right? Well, today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of valuable pennies, specifically the 1997 Lincoln penny that has collectors losing their minds and emptying their piggy banks. We'll break down why this coin is worth so much, how you can spot one, and most importantly, how you can cash in if you find one. So, if you've got a jar of pennies sitting somewhere collecting dust, you might want to grab it because one of them could change your life. Now, before we get to the jaw-dropping reason this penny is worth a fortune, let me tell you a quick story. A friend of mine, let's call him Jake, was going through his loose change one day. You know, just your average, let's see if I can afford a coffee kind of situation. He had a mix of quarters, nickels, and a whole lot of pennies. But as he was about to dump them into a Coinstar machine, he remembered something I told him: always check your pennies, man. You never know what you've got. So, he humored me and took a second look. And there it was, a 1997 Lincoln penny. At first, he thought, big deal, it's just another penny. But after checking online, he nearly passed out. That one little coin? Potentially worth $1.4 million. Let's just say, he didn't need that Coinstar machine anymore. So, what makes this 1997 penny so valuable? Let's break it down. First off, the D stands for Denver Mint, meaning this penny was struck in Colorado. While millions of these pennies were made, only a few have a rare error that makes them worth serious cash. The big reason this penny is so valuable? It's got a major minting error. Some of these pennies were accidentally struck on the wrong planchet, a blank metal disc meant for a different coin. Instead of the usual copper-plated zinc, these rare 1997 D pennies were struck on bronze planchets left over from older coin production. This mistake resulted in a different weight, color, and even a slightly different feel when you hold it. If you have one, you're sitting on a gold mine, well, a bronze mine, but you get the idea. So, how do you know if you've got one of these $1 million pennies? Here's what to look for. A regular 1997 D penny weighs about 2.5 grams, but the rare one? It's heavier, around 3.1 grams. If your penny has a richer, deeper brownish color compared to the standard reddish hue, that's a clue. If you drop it on a hard surface, it might sound slightly different than a normal penny. Okay, maybe that's more for the serious collectors, but hey, every trick helps. Regular pennies aren't magnetic, but if your 1997 D sticks to a magnet, it's time to celebrate. So, you've checked your penny and it looks promising. What's next? Please, for the love of Lincoln, do not use it to buy gum. Get it checked by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC to confirm its authenticity. If you do have the real deal, auctions are the best way to get top dollar. Heritage auctions and Stacksbowers are great places to start. So, there you have it, folks. The 1997 D Lincoln penny, small in size, huge in value. If you've got one, you could be looking at life-changing money. And even if you don't find one today, now you know what to look for. Before you go, make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe for more tips on coins worth money and strategies to spot valuable hidden treasures in your pocket change. Trust me, you don't want to miss the next big find. And hey, if you do find a rare penny, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your story, and maybe we can celebrate your new millionaire status together. Hey there, coin lovers and treasure hunters. Have you ever found a penny and thought, this is just 1 cent, totally worthless? Well, what if I told you that a 1969 D Lincoln penny, yes, that little copper coin you might have sitting in a jar or lost in your couch, could be worth a mind-blowing $1.5 million? Yep, you heard that right. $1.5 million. That's not just pocket change, that's life-changing money. And today, we're diving deep into what makes this humble penny so valuable, what to look for, and how to tell if you're sitting on a goldmine without even knowing it. But first, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was at my grandma's house, helping her clean up. She had this old jar of pennies, and being the coin nerd I am, I started sifting through them. She laughed and said, "Honey, it's just pennies." "What, are you gonna pay off your student loans with that?" Fast forward to today, and I wish I had taken those pennies a little more seriously. Because one of those could have been a 1969 D worth of fortune. So, grab your coffee, your lucky penny, and let's talk about how you might be unknowingly holding onto $1 million coin. Alright, so let's get straight to the juicy part. Why in the world is this penny so valuable? First, the 1969 D Lincoln penny was struck at the Denver Mint. That's what the little d under the year stands for. Now, most of these pennies are just regular, run-of-the-mill cents. But here's where it gets exciting, some of them have a rare and unusual doubling effect on the lettering and date. This is known as a double die error, and collectors go absolutely nuts over these. Imagine this, the word Liberty in the year 1969 looking slightly blurry or duplicated, almost like the coin had too much coffee while being made. That tiny mistake? That's what turns this penny from being worth a single cent to being worth over $1 million. So, let's say you rush over to your piggy bank right after this video, which, by the way, I totally recommend doing. How do you know if your 1969 D penny is special? Here's what to check. If the letters look thick, doubled, or slightly shadowed, you might have a jackpot. If the numbers appear doubled, you're in business. This is another area where doubling can occur. If the Denver Mint mark is also doubled, unfortunately, it's just machine doubling, and not the valuable kind. And before you start celebrating, don't clean your coin. Ever. I repeat, do not scrub it, polish it, or take a Brillo pad to it. Collectors want coins in their natural, untouched state. Cleaning it will actually lower the value, and trust me, you don't want to turn $1 million penny into a $5 penny. Okay, let's talk money. How much can you actually get for one of these? A verified 1969 D double die penny in good condition has sold for $1.5 million at auction. Even lesser grade ones have fetched hundreds of thousands of dollars. Imagine walking into a coin shop with a random penny and walking out a millionaire, and even if you don't find the rare double die version, some regular 1969 D pennies in mint condition can still sell for $50 to $100. Not as exciting as $1.5 million, but hey, it's still better than a single cent. Let's say you've checked your pennies and you think you've hit the jackpot, what now? The first thing you need to do is send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll certify it and tell you how much it's worth. Coins like this are best sold at high-end auctions like heritage auctions or Stacksbowers, where collectors will bid like crazy. Websites like eBay or Great Collections can be an option, but for $1 million coin, you probably want a professional broker, and please, don't sell it to the first guy who offers you $500 at a flea market. That's like trading a winning lottery ticket for a used toaster, alright? So let's recap. If you have a 1969 D Lincoln penny, check for doubling on Liberty, the date, and in God we trust. If you find a true double die error, you might be looking at a $1.5 million payday. And now, I have to ask, are you already digging through your couch cushions? Because I totally would be. In fact, go grab every penny you can find and start checking. Who knows? Maybe you'll be the next big story in the coin collecting world. And hey, if you enjoyed this video and want more tips on finding valuable coins, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and drop a comment below letting me know if you've ever found an interesting coin. Who knows, your next lucky penny could be hiding in plain sight. Hey, what's up, everyone? Have you ever found a penny in your pocket and thought, just another penny? Well, what if I told you that one specific penny, the 2000 D Lincoln penny, could be worth up to $1.6 million? Yeah, you heard me right. A single little copper-coated coin, the same one you probably walked past on the sidewalk this morning, could be hiding a fortune now. I know what you're thinking, come on, a 2000 D penny? That's barely older than my flip phone from middle school. But trust me, this isn't just any penny. It's a rare, valuable, and downright mind-blowing collector's item. So, grab your change jar, start digging through those couch cushions, and let's dive into what makes this coin so insanely valuable. Oh, and if you've ever accidentally spent a rare coin without realizing its worth, stick around because I've got a personal story that will make you double-check every penny from now on, alright? So let's get to the good stuff. What's the deal with this 2000 D penny? It's not made of gold, it wasn't used by Abraham Lincoln himself, and it doesn't have a secret treasure map on the back. But what it does have is rarity and error factors that make collectors go crazy. You see, most 2000 D pennies are worth, well, a penny. But a small batch had major minting errors that turned them into collector's gold. Some of these errors include, this means Lincoln's face or the text on the coin is slightly doubled, making it a rare misprint. If you find one where the design is slightly shifted, you're in luck. Some 2000 D pennies were struck on older metal planchets, making them even rarer. Combine these errors with a low survival rate in pristine condition, and boom, you've got a coin worth six figures. Now, before you start planning your dream vacation with that $1.6 million, you need to know how to spot one of these rare pennies. Here's what to do. First, check for the D mint mark under the year 2000. If there's no mint mark, sorry, that's not the one. Next, grab a magnifying glass, yes, like a detective, and look closely at the letters and Lincoln's face. If you see any doubling, congratulations, you might have a jackpot. If your coin looks off-center or has a strange texture, that could also be a sign. Finally, if you really think you've got the holy grail of pennies, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to get it certified. Trust me, you don't want to be the person who accidentally spends $1 million penny on a bag of chips. Speaking of spending rare coins, let me tell you about the time I unknowingly gave away a valuable penny. A few years ago, I found an old, slightly weird-looking penny while cleaning out my car. I thought, meh, just another beat-up penny, and I used it to buy gum at a gas station. Fast forward to a month later, I learned that that exact kind of penny was selling for thousands of dollars. Thousands. I went back to that gas station like a crazy person, asking the cashier if they still had my penny. Spoiler alert, they did not. And that, my friends, is the moment I started checking every single penny I ever touched, alright? So let's talk money. Right now, a 2000 D Lincoln penny with a rare error in top condition is going for up to $1.6 million at auctions. Even if yours isn't in perfect shape, you could still walk away with a few $1,000s. Not bad for a penny, right? If you think you have one, here's where to sell it. eBay, heritage auctions, and Great Collections are great places to start. Some local dealers might buy it instantly. A perfect place to meet collectors who are ready to spend big. Get it certified to prove its worth before selling. The key is to get it graded first so buyers know it's legit. That's how you maximize your payday, the 2000D Lincoln penny that could change your life. Who knew that a simple, everyday penny could be worth more than a Lamborghini? Now, before you go running to check your piggy bank, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. If you love learning about hidden treasures in your pocket change, I've got plenty more surprises coming your way, and hey, drop a comment below, what's the coolest or oldest coin you've ever found? I love hearing your stories. Alright, that's it for today, good luck hunting for that $1 million penny, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey there, coin collectors, treasure hunters, and everyone who's ever emptied their pockets and thought, could this penny make me rich? Well, today, I've got a story that might just make you check your loose change a little more carefully, because hiding in plain sight is a little brown coin from 1981 that, brace yourself, is worth a jaw-dropping $1.7 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny, not some fancy gold doubloon or a rare silver dollar, but a plain old 1-cent piece from 1981. Now, I know what you're thinking, come on, a penny? For $1 million? But trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be digging through every couch cushion, old piggy bank, and junk drawer in your house. So, grab a snack, get comfy, and let's talk about how one of the most common pennies ever made turned into a collector's dream. Oh, and stick around till the end, because I'm sharing my own personal lost treasure story that'll make you double-check your spare change. Alright, let's start with the basics. The 1981 no-mint mark Lincoln penny was minted in Philadelphia, which, back then, didn't mark its coins with a letter. So, if you flip over a penny from 1981 and don't see a little D for Denver or S for San Francisco, congratulations, you're holding a no-mint mark penny. Now, normally, these pennies are just that, pennies. You spend them, you lose them in your car's cup holder, and nobody cares. But here's where it gets interesting. There's a special error version of the 1981 no-mint mark penny that makes it extremely valuable. Some of these pennies were struck on the wrong planchet, meaning instead of using the standard copper-coated zinc mix, they were accidentally minted on pure copper, just like the older coins from before 1982. Why is this a big deal? Well, starting in 1982, the US Mint switched from mostly copper pennies to zinc ones, which saved money but also made the coins way less durable. If you have a 1981 no-mint mark penny that was struck on the old copper planchet, you've got something rare. And now, let's talk value. A regular 1981 penny? Worth a cent. Maybe a couple of bucks in pristine condition. But one of these ultra-rare error pennies? They've sold at auctions for up to $1.70 million. Why? Because coin collectors love mistakes. Seriously, the only time in life when messing up at work makes something more valuable is if you're working at the US Mint. Imagine you're some overworked employee in 1981, just trying to get through another day stamping out pennies, and whoops, you grabbed the wrong batch of metal. Fast forward 40 years, and your little mistake is making someone a millionaire. And now, before you get too excited and quit your job to hunt pennies full-time, there are a few things you need to check to see if you have the $1 million version. Regular 1981 pennies should weigh about 2.5 grams, but the rare copper planchet ones weigh 3.1 grams. So, if your penny is feeling a little heavier than usual, it might just be the jackpot. Some error coins have a shinier, slightly different hue compared to normal 1981 pennies. If yours looks oddly bright, that's another good sign. Don't just take a wild guess. Serious collectors send their pennies to professional grading services like PCGS or NGC to get certified. If you really think you've got one, get it graded. That's how you unlock that $1 million payday. And now, let me tell you a quick personal story that proves you never know what's hiding in your pocket change. A few years ago, I was cleaning out my grandpa's old desk. He had a huge coffee can full of pennies just sitting there, collecting dust. I almost dumped them into a coin counting machine, but at the last second, I thought, why not check a few? Wouldn't you know it? Right there in the middle was a 1943 steel penny. Not worth millions, but definitely a few $100. And that moment made me a believer in checking every single coin. So, next time you get some change back at the store, don't just toss it aside. Your next $1 million penny could be staring right at you. Alright, folks, that's the wild story of the 1981 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Who knew that a tiny little coin could be worth more than a Lamborghini? But hey, that's the magic of coin collecting. One small mistake can turn into a huge fortune. Look for that no mint mark, weigh it if you can, and don't underestimate that old change jar sitting in your house. And if you enjoyed this video and want more crazy coin stories, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I post regular videos on coins worth money, collecting strategies, and hidden treasures that might just be in your pocket right now. Also, drop a comment below. What's the coolest or most valuable coin you have ever found? Let's hear those treasure hunting stories. Hey, coin hunters! Have you ever found a penny on the ground and thought, it's just a penny? Well, what if I told you that a simple, everyday penny from 2006, yes, a 2006 Lincoln penny, could be worth a whopping $1.8 million? That's right, $1.8 million. Imagine trying to pay for your morning coffee with that and the barista just casually drops it in the tip jar. Now, before you go digging through your couch cushions or flipping over every penny in your piggy bank, let's break down what makes this particular coin so special. Buckle up, because today, we're diving into the shocking world of rare pennies and why this one is turning heads in the coin collecting community. Okay, so we know the 2006 penny exists, but why is this one worth a small fortune? The D mint mark means it was minted in Denver, which produced billions of these pennies. So, why is one selling for more than a luxury house? Simple, rare errors and ultra-rare conditions. There are a few factors that make this penny so valuable. Some of these pennies were struck on the wrong metal planchet, giving them a slightly different weight and color. This means some letters or details on the coin appear doubled because of a misalignment during the striking process. If you notice an extra thick Liberty or In God We Trust, you might be onto something big. If Lincoln's face looks like he's trying to escape the coin, that could be a jackpot error. If your penny looks like it just came from the mint, with zero scratches or wear, collectors will pay top dollar for it. Let me tell you about the time I almost gave away a valuable penny. A few years ago, I was at the grocery store, and my total came to something like $20.02. I reached into my pocket, grabbed a couple of pennies, and handed them over. The cashier looked at one of them and said, "Hey, this one looks different." I laughed and said, "Yeah, it's still only worth a cent." Fast forward a few weeks, and I see an article about a 2006 penny selling for hundreds of thousands of dollars. My heart sank. I raced back to the store, hoping by some miracle that my penny was still floating around in the register, but no luck. Could I have just handed over a fortune for a bag of groceries? Maybe. Moral of the story, always check your change before giving it away. As of now, a high-grade, error-filled 2006 penny has been auctioned off for $1.8 million. Yes, that's real money, not Monopoly cash. If you're wondering if your 2006 penny is special, here's what to do: look for doubling, off-centering, or unusual colors. Some rare versions are slightly heavier or lighter than a normal penny. If you think you have a winner, send it to a professional coin grading service.so. The next time someone tells you, it's just a penny, hit M with the fun fact that one just sold for nearly $2 million. Who's laughing now? But hey, don't stop here. If you love the idea of finding hidden treasures in your pocket change, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We've got plenty more videos on rare coins, money-making strategies, and wild stories from the world of coin collecting. And before you go, let me know in the comments, what's the most interesting or weird coin you've ever found? You never know, you might be sitting on a fortune and not even realize it.